We've got Lynn Hill, Margaret Swan, Tom McCabe, myself. Our supervisor is out sick, and it has, to my knowledge, nothing to do with COVID-19. And Carrie Richardson is on phone. Can you hear me, Carrie?
I can.
Okay. So if everybody stand, we'll pledge allegiance to the flag at this time. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we get started in it, I want to mention a couple things. I'd like to inform everybody that the YouTube that we had for the public hearing is not working here tonight, because it didn't work too much, and I apologize to those that couldn't get everything clear on the public hearing night. We're doing everything by phone tonight, and they're working on the other one to get that back so we can be using it. And I'd like to thank Kelly Dudley and Cindy Van Leeshout. Anybody that's gone by the front of the building, there's a Christmas tree out by the front door, lighted, and they donated that and took care of it. And also remind people that this Saturday at 5:30, they've got a tractor parade, and that'll be going from East Barre Road down to the Barre Park. Okay, acceptance, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? Any additions, corrections?
Make a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion made by Margaret,
I'll second it.
seconded by Lynn. All in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Minutes are accepted as read, written. Everybody ready to do the bills?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we've got one bill that's in there that's being taken out for clarification. Otherwise, have anybody move to accept the bills?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Margaret,
Second
seconded by Lynn. All in favor?
it. Aye.
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 Opposed? So carried. Under old business, last month, we had mentioned the water districts 2, 3, and 4, and there were some questions on them. They got a hold of Jeff Smith, from Municipal Solutions, got those things straightened out, and we've got a copy of the revised numbers and everything, and what had happened. I'll read part of this from them. I don't know. Jeff, are you online tonight or not? Must be easy. So, regarding the estimated savings for Water District 2, I made an error on the November projection, and I neglected the $7,000 cost of insurance to the savings projection. So it went in and we had different figures come up, and there was questions on Water District 4 that people would be paying more for one time, and it's changed it all around, so it's a continuation thing on. Estimated savings is approximately $50-some thousand to the residents of Water Districts 2, 3, and 4. Has anybody got any questions on that? If not, I look for a resolution to have the supervisor continue processing through with this savings for our taxpayers on the water districts. Do I have a resolution?
So maybe.
So moved.
So moved, Carrie.
I'll
Second. Margaret, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I think it's wonderful.
So passed. Okay, now, it's coming to the end of the year, and we've got to set some dates to have some meetings. We need a date set for the end of the year meeting, and it'll have to be before the end of the year. I looked at, and I want to throw this out to everybody, Tuesday the 29th at 5 o'clock. Anybody else got any other suggestions or dates?
Works for me.
If not, we'll have our, we don't need a motion for that, do we, Lance?
Yes.
We do? Okay. Somebody make a motion that we have the year-end meeting on the 29th of December at 5 PM.
I'll make a motion that we have the year-end meeting, the 29th at 5.
Yes.
We have a second, seconded by Carrie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So carried. The next date that we got to set a meeting for is the organizational meeting. It'll be the first week in January. Anybody got any dates that they
I would
prefer?
say January 4th at
Okay.
5 o'clock.
Mark mentions January 4th at 5 o'clock. Any comments on that?
What day is it?
I believe
It's on a Monday.
it's on a Monday.
Okay.
Okay, could I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion, we have the organization meeting January 4th at 5 o'clock.
Second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Margaret. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. So we've got those two dates set. Want to make a mention to everyone, it's a correction. There was questions asked about cars parked on Route 98 here, the Barre project, solar project. And Sean had mentioned that he thought that was the winter report or EPITOR study for the Orange County project. And it was not. That study there will be over in Barre and Shelby area, over in our southwest corner. And so the cars down there had either something to do with Barre or just stopped on the roads. Just a clarification. A motion to send the expansion and description of the business district changes to the county planning board. We've gone over that, we've had our hearings on it, and we've got it put together. We just need to make a motion to send it to the county planning board so that they can look at it and send it back to us, and then we can take action on that. So, any discussion on it?
When is the meeting, you know? The reason is because I think the last time we were there, they wanted something in writing. I don't know if they would just accept the minutes or if they want some kind of a form.
What we've done in the past is, and Maureen can fill it in on, we get a piece of paper written up that we've done it in the meeting with her. She gives it to Lee, and we send that as right along with a copy of the proposal, and so far we've been able, all right with it. I get a motion on
I'll
that?
make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And now for the second half of that, we need a motion on the zoning changes from R1 to AR to send also to the county planning board. And we had that meeting on that, and we got them all put together. So if anybody's got any questions on it, let me know. If not, I need a motion to send that to the county planning board.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Lynn made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Margaret seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed?
Okay, I need clarification. Richardson, that was an, yes?
Yes.
And Margaret?
Yes.
Okay. So, and Tom?
Yes.
Okay. On the one previous, Carrie, were you a no?
No, I was a yes.
Okay, but it was late. It came under when he said no. So,
Oh, I'm
okay,
sorry.
I had it as a no.
Okay, so both of those motions pass,
By 4-0.
right?
Okay. Wanted clarification. Thank you.
Next thing we've got is a motion to accept the Barron Solar Project C-Corp. We went around with that and got on a workshop and worked at it and brought it back. So if anybody's got any questions,
Did we get any of the answers to the questions that were posed about the seeker at the workshop that Sean said he was going to get answers to?
I'm assuming there was nothing done on it, Carrie. I didn't personally get anything from him, no.
I wouldn't be able to vote on that until we get those, to get that information back.
No. Does anybody else know or heard anything on that?
I have not.
No, I haven't.
Well, then we can bypass that and bring it up next month. Or actually, I'll try to bring it up at the end of the year meeting.
Okay.
Also, there was an agreement that I want to bring up to everybody, and I guess we need a motion to accept the way it's put together. Last month, our meeting, there was a resolution made to put together an agreement with ASE, or AES, to pay for all construction and legal work as associated with the solar project. And I have that copy in front of me. I don't think anybody's had a chance to look at it. Lance put it together. And probably we would need to get a copy to everybody to look at before we can vote on it. But at least I'll let you know that we have it here so that we could have it all ready for next month's meeting. Does that sound feasible to anybody?
That sounds great.
Okay. We need a motion to extend the moratorium on energy storage units for another 6 months. The 6 months that we have is up at the end of December, and we'd like to extend it again so that the planning board, they recommended another 6 months so that they have time to work further into it and see what changes or what they need to come up with. So,
Hard to believe that 6 months has already gone by on that, but I still move that.
all right, do I have a second to it?
I'll second it.
Motion made by Carrie, seconded by Lynn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So moved.
If I can just speak to this for a minute, I'm not sure what, if any, information has been gathered on this. So, in that first 6 month period, so if we don't get it finished by the end of the 6 month period, we're gonna have to do a new moratorium, a whole new local law, just so that
You
we're,
mean by the end of this December?
by the end of the 6 month extension.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll check on it. I don't know, and we can talk to the planning board and see where they stand. Our next thing that we have, we've got a motion to accept the consultant's legal fee reimbursements from Heritage Apex. And assuming that this was sent out to everybody, it's an amendment, number 1, to the Town of Barre Professional Fee Reimbursement Agreement. The agreement is with the Town of Barre, and amended, and we don't have any blanks filled into it, but basically is, whereas the town and developer enter into a professional fee and reimbursement agreement dated as of September 11, 2019. Whereas the town has identified, I'm not reading all of it, I'm picking through this so you know where I'm going. Whereas the town has identified $52,926,000.37 in legal, technical, and consulting fees, which it incurred in connection with participation in the Article 10 review of the developer's proposed Heritage Winds project. During the pre-application phase of the Article 10 permitting process, which were in excess of $40,000 in intervenor funding. Monies awarded to the town to defray the cost of the town's participation in said review, and whereas the town has requested that the developer reimburse the town for the $12,926.37 in additional technical and legal costs the town incurred connected with its participation in the pre-application review of the Heritage Wind project in excess of the town's intervention funding award, and such costs are not provided in the town budget. Whereas the developer has offered to expand on a limited basis the scope of its fee arrangement in order to reimburse the town for the $12,926.37 in additional professional services costs incurred by the town in connection with the pre-application review of the Heritage Winds project under Article 10. Now, Lance, do we make a motion to accept this?
Oh, yes.
This, okay. So what we're doing is we're setting up an agreement with Apex or Heritage to cover the monies that we went over on it. My knowledge is, and I'm not going to take it to the bank, but they said that there's no problem in getting that $12,000, for what it's worth.
I would just like clarification, so for the 12,000, it's specifically the Article 10 process funds were, and like, just I got the agreement, I didn't get where the specific money was, that we were seeking reimbursement for. And then also, I just wanted to make sure that this amendment doesn't change, that it doesn't matter what we do with the wind ordinance, it doesn't matter with whether where we stand on things, that they would still provide that funding. And it's an amendment, because I know it said that in the original, but I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, a number one, Carrie, under that. The developer shall reimburse the town for $12,926.37 in pre-application phase professional services rendered to the town by Lavelle and Associates, Knopf and Shaw. Town shall provide the developer with an invoice for said work, which the developer shall pay to the town within 30 days of receipt of the invoice. Does that answer anything?
Well, okay, so a couple of things is that, are there costs that Lance should be included in there as well? That like Article 10 costs from Lance that exceeded, or are we just using?
I think this is all of the stuff that was covered in the Article 10, so that they're reimbursing us, so the town will not be liable for any payment on it.
Just so to answer Carrie, I submitted a very relatively small voucher for $600 and some odd for work with respect to Article 10, and have not incurred any additional fees since then. So I believe that whatever I had before was covered by the original amount. This is basically to cover excess fees incurred by Shaw, and it is strictly for the Article 10 process. Now that they're shifting to Article 94C, the executive law, then I think we're going to have to enter into a new agreement for that, because it's a different process. A lot of the information is the same, but it's still a different process.
Hey, Tom, it's Carrie. Can you guys hear me?
I can now.
Hey. Yeah, so I just wanted to clarify, yeah, this particular funding is from the town's report of the pre-application intervenor funding. I can't remember the number you guys just said, but it was just the number that was over from the pre-application funds that you guys got. Sean had asked if we would be willing to reimburse it. So that is only for Knopfshot and Novella from that report. I don't understand that from earlier this year. Okay. All right. And okay. That answered, Carmen, thank you. That does answer my question. And then, and those are funds that just for clarification purposes, and I don't know if Lee would know this, or this may just be like for a future, those are funds that we have not, they're outstanding bills that we have not paid, that they haven't invoiced us for. I don't know, yeah, I don't know the details of that, I know that you guys went over the intervenor fund, and Sean had requested that we take on that excess. So this is kind of our way of logistically getting you guys that reimbursement for the art. So to answer your question as well, this is just outstanding stuff from earlier in the year. Okay. Well, the reason I was asking is because it's an amendment to the wind ordinance, right? To the contract with the wind ordinance.
It's an amendment to their fee reimbursement agreement, and it's still, the only thing it does is it increases the amount of reimbursement. All the other terms of the fee reimbursement agreement remain the same.
Yeah, so we wanted to make this amendment that was specific to the Article 10 cost to kind of separate it from any ordinance-related items.
All right. Thanks, Carmen. I didn't realize, I heard a different voice, I'm sorry, I didn't realize who it was.
Yeah, I asked Dawn if you want to be on, but then I didn't realize you were going to pick up this. Sorry.
No problem with it. Okay, any other comments? Not, do I have a resolution that we accept this?
I'll make that resolution.
Lynn makes the resolution to accept the amendment. I have a second?
I'll second it.
Margaret seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carried.
Wanted to be sure.
Excuse us, Maureen, I got just straighten out some writing here.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay. Next thing on our agenda is the Thorpe Road Met Tower application to extend it for one more year. I don't think we need a secret on that, do we, Lance? Because
No.
they haven't changed anything
Nothing's
on it.
changed. It's just an extension of the permit.
Okay. Everybody's familiar where that's located over on Thorpe Road, Thorpe and Culver. Go ahead, Kate.
I have a question on that. So, and it's the same question that I had when we approved the quote-unquote extension, but we don't have, where I'm confused is that I don't think that we have anything in our zoning that allows for an extension, or that it's a reapproval. And according to our current zoning, and I know that there's proposed changes that we're discussing now, but according to our current zoning, I still would like to just reiterate that this is based on it says a 3-year maximum, and we're going on year 5. And one of the things that I haven't gotten to look into, but I think that is something that we should be looking into, is that if this were considered a permanent structure and we were getting taxes from it, what the difference would be. Everything else that we have for temporary is 6 months. And we're going on 5 years for a temporary structure.
I know it's been discussed in the changes for the wind ordinance and that.
But not that?
That's not very technical.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okay, you've got it.
Okay, what we're doing is, for those of you who are listening and wondering what the mumbling is, we're looking for the code book that is walked out of the office here. If we could, while we're doing that and getting it in so Lance can look at it, let's just move on to the next one. And the next thing on the agenda is to set a date for the board workshop on the public hearing on proposed wind law changes. And the last day to file anything is December 14th, so we need it after that. And I'll throw out to everybody, we're having a organizational meeting on the 4th of January at 5. Maybe we could use that same date and meet for the two different things on it. Just go over the workshop comments that came in on the public hearing. And this will give Lee a little more chance. She's tried to take everything so we haven't missed anything that was brought up on it, and we'll have it all there. We'll be getting it, go over it, and then we'll be getting it ready so that we can have the public, if they want to come in and look at it, it'll be available to them. So anybody got any questions on putting those two together on January 4th at 5 o'clock?
Sounds good.
So, that's a workshop that you're scheduling?
Yes, it'll be a workshop on the public hearing.
Okay. Are
We
you
can
going,
put-
you're
we
going
can
to
put
do,
both together, right?
right, you'll have to do your organizational first.
Right, I'll do the organizational, and then after the organizational, we just move on to the workshop.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
I have the same question, but that sounds great.
Okay, so that'll be January 5th.
Fourth,
4th
Or,
at 5
I'm
o'clock.
sorry,
4th at 5.
I do have one other question, just because in reading through, I was not looking at the YouTube questions, when I was, as the public hearing was going on. But I did afterwards, I saw, where there were 115 views on our first YouTube video, and then on the second YouTube video, it looks like at the time, and this was right following the public hearing, there were only 27 views. And I feel like that's the one that when things were actually working and people were better able to hear.
well, the only thing, Carrie, we can do is give what we've got. You said it was only 27. I was up over 35, 36 hits on the second one that we did. So I don't know how accurate those numbers are either.
Right, and I don't either, but to go from 115 on the first one to even 37, that's a pretty big discrepancy.
Right,
And
understand.
and it seems like there are a lot of people that were very frustrated, and I understand that we're allowing them to comment, but I feel that our residents, as residents of Barre who are vested or concerned about this, they seemed like they didn't feel like they were heard or that their concerns were being addressed. And I just, the comments that I've gotten repeatedly is that we need to have another public hearing.
Well, I don't know on that, how many public hearings, but the thing of it is, we need to go over the ones that we've got, so at least we can get those out to somebody.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
And actually, at the workshop, I would say that we should be able to discuss what you just said too, so. So if that's all right with everybody, I'll make a motion. Can I have a motion? We also have that on January 4th, at 5 p.m.
I'll make that motion, we have that meeting.
Do we want to say directly following the organizational
Yeah.
meeting?
I got that.
She's got that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Thank you. All right, Lance?
Yeah, going back to the next to last item. So our statute right now, as it presently exists, says that special use permits for wind measurement towers may be issued by the town board for a maximum period of up to 3 years. That's what it says.
And this would be year 5.
Well, you can look at that up to a max of 3 years, and it's automatic, you don't do anything, but here we're asking for an update. We're gonna have to do a special use permit.
And I think it would have to be from the current law, it would have to be a new application rather than just an extension.
Okay, all right, well, then, that we,
That's one of the things we're trying to, accomplish in the revisions, but that's the way the law is right now.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify, in our application, we didn't ask for an extension, but a renewal.
I didn't hear that.
that was Carmen said that they, in their application, they didn't ask for an extension, but a renewal.
And that was based on, one, my memory of what happened last year, two, back and forth with Shelley.
Well, I haven't really examined it. I mean, I know I got a copy of it in my email that it wasn't something I really spent a lot of time looking at, so, I guess the best thing.
And that's totally fine. We wanted to get it to you guys a little earlier than we did last time, so you have time to kind of
All right,
go over this.
all right, what we'll do, Carmen, is we'll take this and look into it and get together with you so that you know what you gotta apply for.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, anybody else have anything before we get into, reports?
I got a question from a text message from a resident, asking if we're gonna have anything in the penny saver, about the December 14th will be the deadline for public comments for the wind ordinance. Even though like the public hearing portion is passed, but that we're still accepting written comments.
It's on our website, as far as I know, and as far as the penny saver, I haven't heard anything about doing that.
Hold on.
Nope, wait a minute.
Okay, nope, the ad that went into the penny saver is not going to include the public hearing notes.
Okay, no, it hasn't gone into the penny saver.
Okay. Just because at our November meeting, Lynn specifically asked if it was going to be in the penny saver, because just so many people don't get the KB Daily or don't have internet, and it seems like that's a better way to get information out sometimes. And so and then we didn't end up doing that. And I just was wondering, we still have, I think the deadline is like tomorrow at noon, if we could get something in, just saying, like, attention Barre residents, your comments, can still be submitted, something.
To the penny saver?
Yeah,
Well, the deadline is what, Monday, right? For the applications to come in.
For the comments, yeah.
So,
I mean, that's still, like, even if they get the penny saver on Saturday, that gives them, Sunday and through the end of day Monday. I know it's not ideal, but.
They could put their comments in the Dropbox. Maybe if we add that as well, they can, if they make them, they can make it on Sunday and put them in the Dropbox.
okay, what kind of ad are you suggesting, Gary?
Just something that, I don't want to spend a ton of money on it, but something that would catch people's eyes and, just, black and white. I don't know what size I think maybe like not an eighth of a page or 16th of a page, just saying, hey, public hearing was held.
Well, I don't either, I don't know what the expenses are, even if you put one of those, or two or three of those reader ads in.
Yeah, I think the reader ads, I think, are cheaper. I can, hold on. If you give me a second, I can look it up.
All right.
Reader ads are a waste of time and money. I could do a block ad, that's what we did for the closing, now that we're closed, and what to do for payments and things. That was a block ad, I think 2x3, I'm not sure of the price. I know we've gotten, Lee might be able to tell us, they might be in the bills right there already, because we got the bill already. Just, that notice did not include the public hearing notes, if you wanted to submit them.
Yes, I'm saying a 2-inch by 2-inch ad is $55.04. A 3-inch by 3-inch ad is $123.84.
I mean, I think that's what we're doing now. For the closing.
Okay, well, if this is what the board wants, we can make a motion to do that as long as we get it in on time. If we can't get it in on time, they'll tell us. Okay, please bring the thing in. Let's see the size.
No, it's not the size, it's the
Oh,
wording.
the wording.
So if I mentioned that there was a public hearing held on December 4th, having to do with our proposed wind law changes, anyone that would like to submit comments may do so in writing by the close of business on the 14th. Comments and questions will be responded to and posted on the website.
Yeah, that's what I was, something along those lines, yep.
Okay, comments can be also left in the drop box to the left of the front door.
Can we get the
Might as
bill
well-
in?
Yes, yeah, I believe so.
All right, how's anybody else feel on it? All right, okay, somebody make a motion, maybe put this in the newspaper, or in any paper, sorry.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Lynn makes the motion, second
Okay.
by Carrie. Did we put this notice in this week's coming penny saver?
Okay, and we need to back up a little. We had a motion to have that workshop following the organizational, but we never got a second or a vote.
Oh, didn't we? I'm sorry about that. Who made the motion?
Lynn Hill.
Lynn.
I'll second it.
Margaret, a second. All in favor? Nobody?
Aye.
Lynn?
Aye.
Okay.
We don't have anybody here, I think I'm by myself, people. Okay.
And so did we vote on this? I think I jumped back there, so did we vote on the penny saver?
We did.
Yes,
We did vote, okay.
everybody's in favor. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now. Financial report, our bank account was reconciled as 11/30/20. The expenditures through November on an average should equal 91.67% of the annual budget. General fund townwide, year-to-date expenses are $403,342.15, and that's at a 76.96% of the annual budget. Highway townwide for year-to-date is 861,884.33, compared, and comes out at 81.99% of the annual budget. So we're in line with everything closing up the end of the year. Highway, Margaret, or Dale, are you on the line? No? Okay. Margaret, you want to give us a report on what the highway has done?
Shared services with Orleans County Public Water. Public Works water samples and readings acquired, flush where needed. Continued to install MXUs on Water District 9. Equipment repairs completed as needed, hot patching. Mowed the park and the cemeteries one last time for 2020. Stakeouts completed as requested. Trees cut on Maple. Disinfect all equipment, break room, and have a plan in place to reduce exposure from one another. Sign repairs and completed as needed.
Okay, Maureen, town clerk.
We are finishing up water, just about have everybody paid. Here is monthly report. I will give the check to Sean. Here's another copy for everybody else. And we are starting the tax season. Anybody that does have payments to drop off, or anything for water, for dog licenses, or when taxes do arrive, they can drop them in the drop box, and I will mail receipts for the taxes, and they'll mail out a copy of the dog license to them.
Okay, planning and zoning, Gary, did you have, get a hold of anybody?
I did talk to Shelley, and, nothing really, news report, she's working on a bunch of different, components. There's a lot going on right now, as we all know. And then, planning, I'm not sure, I feel like you probably are actually better to speak about the planning stuff.
Well, the planning board's got a meeting this coming Monday, right?
Yeah. They are having a public hearing on an auto repair business on 31A, and another application has come in.
Can everybody hear her?
No,
Okay, we'll start over again. Lee will fill us in on it, she's the secretary for this.
The planning board will be meeting on Monday. They have a public hearing for a auto repair business on 31A. And we also have another application that came in to be reviewed that will probably go to county in January, because they'll be done this year.
Anything from the assessor?
I checked in with him, and he said none at this time.
Okay. Lynn, anything updated on the park?
No, nothing.
Okay, Lance, do you have anything for us?
Nothing else?
Okay, and we got a big zero for letters and speakers, so anybody got anything else that they want to add or say?
Just wish Karen good luck with her delivery.
Yes, take care, Carrie, and we'll be thinking of you, and if nothing else, motion to adjourn.
No motion. I'll make the motion to
Margaret
adjourn.
made the motion to adjourn, second.
Yes.
Lynn seconded it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. The meeting is adjourned.
Sean was on. Yes, because he was telling me about the size for the penny saver.
Oh,
I think our director back there fell asleep.
Meeting's over.
It was a boring meeting for him.
No, it was an
What
efficient
time do
meeting.
we put on?
It was an efficient meeting, not boring.